Hello, welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Hello, my fellow Arians. Thank you so much for your continuous support. As always, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with you. If it does, leave a comment, like, subscribe if you feel like it, or if you like my style of reading. Also, if it doesn't and you're interested in a personal reading and or even a Reiki healing session, please contact me at lanmoutarot@gmail.com. There's more information in the description box below. And today we'll be using the Hermetic tarot deck, and we have the after tarot for clarification if needed. Okay, all right, there we go. We have the Five of Pentacles here for you, Aries. Spirit, what message guidance do you have for Aries? Message guidance for Aries. Message guidance for Aries. Message guidance for Aries. Message guidance for Aries. We know Five of Pentacles talks about a sense of isolation, poverty, right? A sense of lack, whether it's in affection, in community, lack of support, lack in terms of money. Okay, came up and fell back down again. Eight of Swords. Okay, and the Five of Pentacles card here, card of Five of Pentacles. It's called Lord of Material Trouble, so having money trouble, right? And now we have the Eight of Swords, which is usually seen as the card of feeling stuck, right? Feeling stuck in a situation, feeling stuck in a mind. Lord of Shortened Force, right? There's a sense of like, we feel like we don't have what it takes to get ourselves unstuck. Even if it's mentally, even if it's not physically, from a situation. And here we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, literally Lord of Defeat, is the card of conflict here, and walking away from the conflict, like putting the swords down, waving that white flag. I'm gonna take one more for you, Aries. Okay, this is like the Five of Pentacles, isolation, money trouble, and you have defeat here. And what's in the middle is the card of Eight of Swords, being stuck in the middle, shortened of force, feeling a lack of strength to overcome, to remove yourself from any from a situation that makes you feel like you've been backed into a corner here and you're just walking away. Okay, for some of you this is the case after so much time of isolation, after so much time of not feeling supported, after so much time of feeling some kind of like lacking money, lacking in support, lacking affection, and you felt very much stuck in the situation, like you didn't have the strength, you didn't have the know-how, you didn't have the vitality to remove yourself from it. Okay, look how it's like all the swords are pointing to that one point, almost kind of like you being nailed here to a board. Okay, a big chunk of yourself have been removed, like you're literally shortened of force, like you don't have all your strength with you, all your power, okay, to overcome the situation. And what happens? You're just walking away. Lord of Defeat, taking in the defeat. In the Right Away card, we see those two people walking away, going towards the water, and the swords are on the floor, and that one guy is looking with that smirk on their face. And for a lot of you Aries, it may be that somebody was trying to do that on purpose, was creating that trouble, was creating that sense of lack in your life. All of those are minor arcana, okay? And I told you last week, the last week reading was very tough. I only posted after the fourth try. And Aries was supposed to be the first reading on last week. I was doing them by the elements, started with fire signs, and it ended up being the last one because it was just so tough to get through. And yes, I was going through my own things, but it wasn't even my energy, especially after looking at some of the readings from other readers. It was something as a collective we're going through here, Aries. And I feel like for a lot of us, we've decided now to just walk away. We decided to just give up on the whole situation altogether. That's why we have that Lord of Defeat, that Five of Swords here. Okay, one more for Aries spirit. One more cards for Aries. I usually do 3 cards reading, but for whatever reason I feel like I need to pick up one more for you, Aries. One more for Aries. One more shuffle or pick it up. One more for Aries. Okay, there you go, Aries. Eight of Wands, Lord of Swiftness. And I'm so happy that came out for you, Aries, and this is the only fire card here. The Eight of Wands is the card of not just fast moving energy, it's the card of travel. This is the card of communication. This is also the card for me I always call the remover of blockages. Okay, whatever was the blockage on your path will be removed. And here we start with the Five of Pentacles, we end up with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, there's two ways to look at this. Lord of Material, again, we can look at it, we can look at this card from the point of view of the material aspect of it, right? Of, okay, by walking away, by accepting defeat in a certain situation, by walking away, by giving up, fight, you know, either trying to fight or to remove ourselves, whatever it is, or to whatever it was that make us feel stuck in it, right? Even if it was mentally stuck on a thing, like, you know, like how does that expression say, like being like stuck, stupid, whether on a person, on a project, on a desire, on something you're working we're working towards. By accepting defeat and walking away from that situation, it seems like things will start moving mighty quickly. And I think that's why that I was called to keep on going, to pull one extra card for you, Aries, because here we have the Nine of Pentacles. It's moving away from that sense of poverty, of lack, right, to having plenty, because the card of Nine of Pentacles is basically this lady or gentleman sitting in the garden, smelling the flowers, enjoying the fruit of their labors, right? The abundance that surround them. And there's a sense with the Nine of Pentacles as well, for those of you that this is a romantic situation, that that's a card of like the single person, right? It's kind of like, yeah, I'm by myself, but I'm still going to enjoy my life. I'm going to make it a point to enjoy the fruit of my labor, no matter how I don't feel lonely. Yes, I'm alone now, but I don't feel lonely, if you will. I'm gonna make sure I enjoy my surrounding. I'm gonna make sure I enjoy all that life has to give me. And we're in Virgo season, and Venus is in Virgo, and Mars is in Virgo as well. And this is the card of the Nine of Pentacles. This is the card of Venus in Virgo. So for those of you, if your Venus happen to be in Virgo, so that's even of greater significance for you. And we will take some clarification on the Five of Pentacles, spirit clarification on the Five of Pentacles for Aries. So what we have to remember here, Aries, there is a turn of event. Things have been tough. Cancer season was very tough for me, and I've been saying that every reading. That tells you something. Things have been tough. Last week was like the pentacles of it. No, the pinnacle of it. I said the pentacles of it. Maybe that means something for you. It's almost like the whole toughness of it all materializes. I guess that's what Pentacle came out. It's almost like it all came to the forefront. Whatever was building up energetically that we've been dealing with since Cancer season, all of a sudden it was like, because for me that's what actually happened, right? I was keeping my peace, I was minding my own business, and that person actually contacted me, what you'll call my divine partner, my divine masculine, and then that led us into having this big boom where it was like, okay, that's enough, like just let me be. And I think that's how I ended the last Aries reading. Actually, the camera just shut off after I said let me be, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna go and continue on. That's what it's supposed to be. So after this whole thing materializes itself for us, Aries, now we are at the point where we can where we can almost like evaluate, to take stock of where we are. And it's almost like the shift is actually happening now. We understand what has happened. We understand our role in it. We understand why we decided to walk away. And then we are now witnessing, coming into this week here, how fast things are going to start moving for us, okay? And on the Five of Pentacles, what we have is a Nine of Wands, setting up boundaries, okay? Protecting ourselves, protecting the turf. We've gone to battle here, okay? We know what it's like to feel that lack. We know what it likes to feel isolated. We know what it likes to feel like there's no one who has our back, right? Like the give and take, it came out of the Six of Pentacles, a give and take in a relationship, in the situation, whether it was a job, it just wasn't fair. It was off balance, okay? For a lot of us, we felt like we had to fight for every little bit. It felt like we were giving and not receiving what our fair due, okay? So that was what created that unbalance, that sense of lack. in ourselves, in you know, or at least that as how we experienced it. The Eight of Swords, some clarification on the Eight of Swords, spirits for our Aries. Clarification on the Eight of Swords. Clarification on the Eight of Swords. And this is the after tarot. I can't remember if I said it. Whoa! I can't wait to see which card that was. That has never happened. I've had one. Okay, along this right here, what's off frame, you don't see. It's my it's my crystal, my chakra crystal sticks. And I align them, of course, in order from the crown chakra down. And I will have one sometimes in reading. I'll have the root chakra fall. I've had the third eye chakra fall. You know, one or two, no more than two at a time fall. And I know that there's a message in there whenever that happens for the reader, right? For the viewer here, wherever it is I'm reading for the client. And I would mention it. I'm like, okay, for some of you, you may want to find your grounding. You may want to stay grounded. What just happened is this card, which I still haven't looked at, just flew facing this way like this, and all of the chakra sticks fell down. Okay, all of them. And what do we have? The High Priestess. Let me tell you how wonderful this is, Aries. Let me show you how spirit works. What you don't see a frame here, and I think I'm gonna turn the camera. I'm just gonna turn it just a little bit so you can see it. I'm not even gonna move the card so you can see the setup here. So you have this little flower plant here. I have my bell and my little incense thing. This right here, it's one of my favorite High Priestess card that stays always. Okay, when I saw myself in myself in energetic form, my crystal vision form, this she appeared first. I couldn't even tell whether that was me or it was her. Okay, she was what was facing me when I had that vision. So she stays literally like with me all the time. Whenever I'm doing reading, she stays right there. So it flew, and all the crystal sticks I don't know if you can see on the floor. I mean on the table, fell down on the table, and she actually herself came forward, almost about to fall, but didn't fall. And what was it? It was a High Priestess that came down to bring this whole thing down. So Aries, I'm showing you all this. I'm saying all this is to let you let me bring it all together for you, okay? This whole thing, and I'm pretty sure some of you, especially those of you that are intuitive, that have opened up your heart and your mind's eye to understand the deeper meaning of things. You understand there's a reason for all of this, what you've been going through. You understand there's a deeper meaning for it. You understand that it's happening though it's supposed to happen, whether it's a lesson for us or whether it's a lesson for the people, other people involved in our lives in this situation, and there is a reason for it. And I feel like that deep knowing, that deeper level of understanding is what Spirit is trying to get us to really embrace and to make peace with. Having the High Priestess coming down and bring down all our chakra stick here, all our crystal chakra stick here, okay? It's almost telling me there needs to be a realignment. We need to recenter ourselves, to find ourselves again. It's almost like we need to clear our energy from bottom up, okay? Starting at the root chakra. We need to, and for some of you Aries, I'm going to encourage you right now to please go get a session of a Reiki healing, okay? Get your chakra balance. And even if you cannot, you say you're not interested in that, do some meditation. There's a lot of meditation on that on YouTube. Do some chakra balancing meditation on online. Just play the music. You can play it while you're sleeping, because what this is telling us, it's like to follow your intuition, to tap into that intuition. You're not stuck, okay? The secret passageway, you already have it. You already know it, okay? And with all this falling down is to tell me that it lies in the realigning. I don't know if that's a word, realigning, in the realignment of your energy centers. it's almost like we really have to find a center. We have to get recalibrated, Aries, after we've gone through this. And for me, what's been happening for the past couple of days, I've been going through a purging, okay, like literally from the inside out. And a lot of times when it's I deal with emotional stuff, I purge. It will be like a good 2-3 days of tears coming out. Sometimes like I don't even notice there's tears coming out. Tears coming out, it's not even like from a sad place. It's just like literally like I need to release, like a release needs to happen. And for me, what has been happening, it's literally like even my bowel movements, I've been going through a real kind of like purging. And I think like there's a purging that's happening before that realignment happens, okay? And for me, this is like very strong here, Aries, for us. This is very strong. This is like almost the universe, God, the divine, like how do I say it? It's like, Aries, I didn't make you to be this person. I didn't make you to experience the life of abundance that I have for you. I want you to have it, even if we have to start all over again, okay? And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is like watery energy here with the High Priestess. Deep intuition, deep knowing, and we have it coming out with the Knight of Pentacles on that Eight of Swords. And it's almost like such a a contrast, right? Being grounded, okay? For some of us, we have to allow this work to happen, to put our head down, to allow this work to happen, to go on this path, to take our time with it, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. So in finding that deep knowing, in embracing that that intuition, our own inner mysticism, right? It's in finding our light body, in merging into this new multiverse, into this new dimension, into this new way of seeing ourselves, of understanding the self, that the spiritual self, and that's inside this body, this physical body. We need to take our time with it, okay? We are not stuck. We are free. We are free to be. We are free. We are not stuck. We are not stuck in our mind. We are not stuck in this body. We are not stuck anywhere. We can travel to anywhere we want. And it's like this deep knowing is coming to us, and it's gonna take time to for it to sink in for a lot of people. And I know this sounds kind of quiet, like over the top here for some of you. That means this message is not for you. But for those of you, this is your message. You will understand perfectly and exactly. It's gonna be like, okay. Five of Swords. What is the walking away in defeat here? What is clarification on the Five of Swords for Aries? Clarification on that Five of Swords for Aries, Spirit. Clarification on the Five of Swords for Aries. Wow, look at this. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Okay, double down. The Ten of Swords. Literally the end. That the walking away had to do with the end of the conflict. The walking away is the end in the betrayal. That is like putting everything to rest. Okay, it was necessary. With that Five of Swords here. That's it. That was it. That was the end. And this is not an end. That's like, this is not the Tower. This is us with our own mind, our own will, our own consciousness, our own feelings and emotion, our own deep knowing, intuition, that making that decision. One more on the Five of Swords, Spirit. One more on the Five of Swords. Oh my goodness, do you guys see that? Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands just came down, putting down the burden. Putting down the burden. Whatever this was, okay, Aries, whatever this was, for me, it was very much so a long-term relationship that has been unsatisfactory and very much like, I don't know, like, for so long that I've tried to walk away from for so many times, like where it becomes like unhealthy, where it became like, what am I doing, where it became like that frustration you have with the self. If any of you have been in a karmic or any kind of like divine partnership where you feel like you have that deep knowing that this is my person, you have that deep understanding and connection with someone, and then in the physical though, there's so many little pieces that are so out of place, that are so not coming together, that are so like leave you in frustration and just a sense of like, what am I doing what am I doing? Is this an illusion? Is it me? Almost like doubt, and then it comes clear again, and then that back and forth, that constant springboard back and forth, and it became a burden to the point where it became a burden. Like especially when where there's imbalance, you feel like it's you who's carrying this. Do they even understand what this is? Do they even understand the spiritual aspect of this connection? So this is putting down that burden. This is putting an end to the conflict. This is literally like, this is that Five of Swords being clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. This cannot be any more clearer than that. Okay. And the Eight of Wands is the last card we had here. Swiftness, the Lord of Swiftness, remover of blockages, fast moving energy, travel, communication. This is what's happening. Wow, the world. Yes, of course, the world. And let's see, the Eight of Wands, number 8, creates that infinity symbol. And here we have this big oval with the world. Completion of a cycle. Putting an end is the last major arcana in the tarot, okay, with the world card here. This is like literally having gone through dealing with all of it, and then here you are at the end, the fulfillment coming. And with the world, there's a sense of like completion. And also, especially with this card here, I always see like someone entering a new portal. Okay, once this is the whole thing, that end is over, the quickness that you're going to start, you enter into a new portal. We're about to enter a new dimension here. We're about to enter a new phase in our life. We really, some of us really are gonna start, even our body will be changing. We're gonna start entering into a new body, into a new way of being, a new way of seeing ourselves, a new way of living. Like everything is gonna be so new, okay, because of that completion here that we've gone through, that purging, that double ending with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. This is like no joke, okay? This is like very potent energy. I that's the best way I can put it here. Let's see here. One more on the Eight of Wands. Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury, planet of communication. Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, planet of the gods. So this is like high brows communication, the communication that will come through. This is like wise words will be spoken, because now we've gone through this, we've learned, we are wiser for it. And yes, the world card is also travel, and the Eight of Wands is travel. Especially the world card is traveling across the world. If there was separation here, some of you may be moving, changing location, or the person you're dealing with may be moving, changing location, moving across the world, that is, okay? And here we have the Wheel of Fortune. It is fated. And that's what I was trying to explain to you. And that's why the frustration came for most of us. Because we understand the spiritual aspect. We understand the fatedness of this. But divine timing was at work, okay? Everything happened, Aries. And that's why the High Priestess came down for a reason. Everything happened the way it happened because it was supposed to happen that way. And it may be difficult at times for us, especially Aries. We are very impatient, and when I say that as an Aries, a triple Aries at that. Aries Sun, Aries Venus, Aries Mars. So believe me, I understand about impatience, and when you see it, you feel it so intensely, and then it's just like, why can't this just be? And so there was a reason for it. We had lessons to learn. We had a course of a course to follow, if you will. And here we are at the end here. The ending has already happened here with that Five of Swords, with the being clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. We put that burden down. We put an ending to that cycle, that negativity, that negative cycle, literally about to bury it down. And here comes quite swiftly, here comes the change, completion of a cycle, because it was destined to be that way. It is time. Travel will happen, reconnection will happen, because it is time. Right now. It is time. The Wheel of Fortune is number 10. That goes down to a 1, like literally right now. And for some of you, the day of you watching this reading, that's when you're going to either understand this, or that change, you will be walking into that new body. You'll be like that new lighter body. You will be experiencing this almost it a real experience, okay? Some of you will be having dreams, going through initiation in your dream. Some of you will, for the first time, understand that you are able to travel in other dimensions. For some of you, also for the first time, you'll be able to reconnect in person with your divine partner, if this is like a divine partnership. And I feel like for a lot of you this is the case, okay? Because it was destined. It is time. It is time. The time is now. There hasn't been an ending for that old cycle there of isolation, of being separatedness, of uneven give and take in a relationship, or feeling stuck in a negative way. That burden has been put down, has been removed from your life. Your whole energy center has been recalibrated, have been like literally Aries, like you are standing almost like a new person. You must be feeling like a baby, like at this point, like, okay, things that used to trigger you will no longer trigger you, because this is a whole new you, a whole new abundant you, because it's supposed to be. This was fated. Destiny was at play here. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want you to really understand this, Aries. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hierophant, High Priest. You have come into your own. You have learned a lot of lesson. You have tapped into your intuition, and for some of you it means a higher level of commitment. Where there was like, you know, you're not getting your fair due, you will get that promotion. If let's say that was a work situation, and you will receive that your 9 of Pentacles, the abundance that come with it, okay, the financial rewards that come with it. If that was a relationship, you will get that higher level of commitment. People will be rejoining together that were living apart, that was separated, like, you know, across the world. And people will be receiving the ring. Some of you will be going to perhaps even like to the courthouse to get married, and it's all gonna happen quite fast for you, okay? And I'm going to, I don't know why I almost didn't say it, but it's, I almost put it down, and they're calling me to say it, to show it again. And I never noticed before, on the very top of that, I don't think it's a crown, that headpiece that the High Priest is wearing, I don't know if you can see it clearly, Aries, there is a W shaped, and if you put it down it looks like an M, of course. So for those of you that have any kind of initials of such, W or M, that may be of greater significance for you. I never even noticed that before, but here it is. This is a winning. This is a win for you, Aries. It's gonna feel as such as well. Once that promotion, that higher level of commitment, whatever it may be in your case, comes towards you. And like I said, everything's gonna happen mighty fast. This is Doreen Virtue Women's Oracle deck. Someone is already flew down for you. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. What I say, wedding. It's gonna happen really, really, really fast for you, okay, Aries? That higher level of commitment, whether it's ring, whether it's moving in together. But for some of you, it's literally a wedding. This situation involves marriage, and some of you might have already been married already. Who knows? This is the card that came out for you, Aries. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of engagement. Yes, a lot of you, Aries, you're coming from isolation, from disagreement and conflict, straight into marriage. And it's going to be a whole new relationship. It's going to be so different than what it was before. You're gonna wonder, is this the same person at times? You're gonna have to look at yourself, look at your arms, look at your hands, and be like, is this me? Is this happening? How? When? Like, everything is happening so fast. This is just quite beautiful here. This is the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. Let's see what spiritual message Spirit have for you, Aries. And yes, I will go back and watch this reading so I can take it all in, because I'm pretty sure there's a message in there for me as well. Message of 2 or 3 or 4. And yes, folks, not the whole message have to resonate with you. Sometimes it's just one word that will do it for you. Sometimes it's a whole sentence. Sometimes, yes, it will be the whole story, the whole message. But you know yourself best. Look at here at the bottom of the deck for you, Aries. We have a hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Love is yours. Choose loving thoughts. And that is one of the major reasons I always in my reading with remember, love is the only answer, because really love is the highest vibration of all. God is love, and love is God. And by just taking in love, inhabiting love, it always brings you closer to the answer, closer to God at the very least. And what else could be better? What could be a better answer than that? I cannot think of one. It's not to be it's not magical thinking. Even when I'm going to the roughest part of it all, I'm going through it, I'm going through my moment, I'm going to, you know, my ascension symptoms, and I went through that dark night of the soul more than once already. Even when I'm going through it all, I always remember that I know that God loves me and God manifested in my life. God sends me angels in all ways and form. I'm so, like, my faith is so strong in that I know, like, if I stay close to God, I can feel the love. I literally can feel the love radiating in me, and it's already like make things already 50% better. So it's not to say love is gonna make that person come back or make your relationship great all of a sudden, but it's to say, once you approach that relationship, once you approach that person, when you approach that situation from the viewpoint of love, okay, with love in your heart, love in your words, love in your being, it's already like you're already 50% closer to where you need to be. Commander Ashtar is what actually face down for you, Aries. Call to action. Take charge. Lead by example. Walk your talk. Walk your talk. So what I'm getting here for a lot of us Aries, and that's also for me, and I know that specifically and deeply knowing, it's like goosies. For those of us who know what this is, especially for those of us, it's a love situation, we know what it is. Deep down, we know what this is. In our inner knowing, we know what this is. And when things get tough, we start questioning and doubting. Don't walk your talk. Like, literally, do not talk terrible about that person when you know that this is your divine counterpart. When you know that you're on a journey, on a soul journey together, okay? Choose your words wisely. Take charge. Lead by example. Be that person that you would like to see reflected in that person. Okay? Be that loving person that you want to be for your divine counterpart, that you expect them to be for you, whether they're there or not, whether you're in good terms or not. Okay, I hope this message brings some insight into your situation, and it's gone way longer than I expected it to be, but there it is, Aries. This is the message that needed to come out for you, and please come back next week for the next set of reading. If you would like more greater insights in your own personal life, contact me, lamutero@gmail.com. I am taking personal reading now, as well as Reiki healing sessions, and there's more information in the description box below. And Aries, as always, remember, love is the only answer. Bye.